and welcome to Preppy, where we revolutionize how you prepare for IELTS. Today, we have with us one of the first students who has taken his test in the middle of the pandemic, and we have with us Bhuvnesh. So, over to you, Bhuvnesh. Please introduce yourself to us.
Hi everyone, my name is Bhuvnesh. I'm a software professional at a firm based in US. I had been living in Delhi. I was born and brought up in Delhi only. And yeah, I took my IELTS exam yesterday. It was my, you know, they had postponed the exam earlier and it got postponed thrice. And I was lucky
Because
enough
of
to
the
take
COVID-19,
because
yeah.
of the COVID. Yeah, I was lucky enough to get a date from them. It was yesterday. The center was in Rajouri, uh, in Delhi, and the exam date as yesterday was 7th of June. The time slot I got was in the morning. My test started from 9 a.m. and I was free from listening, reading, and writing module till at 11:45 a.m. My
Mm-hmm.
speaking time was 1 p.m. and I was asked to wait for some time because there were very less students there. There were
Mm-hmm.
about 10 students, and the invigilator asked me that examiner will be conducting speaking tests earlier than the scheduled time, and
Okay.
yeah, so that was how it was.
Okay, all right. So the date was yesterday, which was 7th June. So everybody who was doubting that it's fraud and it's fake news, we have the student in front of you, and we were kind of forced by all the viewers to showcase the proof. And I guess Bhuvnesh, you were saying that you also have some pass that you got during the test. If you can show it to the people around here.
Uh, yeah, at the end of the test, while checking out from that center, I was given this card from the guard, and the guard was just a minute.
No problem.
So yeah, so this is the card I got from them,
Okay, so what is this
and
exactly?
this is exactly a card on which there is a QR code, and this
Mm-hmm.
QR code needs to be scanned by my phone so that I can review. I can give reviews for the test center.
Okay, as to how they were taking safety precautions and how well they were obeying the rules that were given to them. Is that so?
Yeah, yes,
All right,
and
that's great. That's great. Mhm.
so the precautions were quite good, which they took, and I will say that they took almost all the precautions which are to be taken amid this COVID-19. So
Mhm.
as soon as I entered the test center, there was a guard sitting at the reception who
Mhm.
asked me to stand in a block which was marked on the floor. And before me, there was some lady already standing. She was another candidate for the exam,
Mhm.
and the guard had asked her to take out her passport and belongings, and the belongings of the candidates were to be kept in a locker. There were
Mhm.
different lockers available.
Mhm.
The first precaution they took was they checked the temperature of
All right.
every candidate, and
Mhm.
after that they took passport from us, and the guard was wearing shield, face shield, and the mask. He was also wearing gloves in his hands.
Mhm. Mhm.
He then sanitized this passport of ours, and
Okay.
uh, and also they asked me to keep all the belongings in the locker itself, and
Mhm.
they asked me not to take anything with me, not
Mhm.
even the invitation printout, which is
Right, right.
actually listed in the guidelines.
Mhm.
I had taken the print of the email invitation, and also colored copy of my passport, which
Mhm.
was actually not required there because um, they were taking all the precautions. They did not want any extra thing to be taken inside the room along with
Mhm.
the candidates. And then I was asked to wait in a training room where
Mhm.
already chairs were laid out at a certain distance from one another,
Mhm.
and 5 to 6 candidates were already there in the room. I was the seventh one to enter that room, and I saw that other two candidates which came after me were asked to enter the room one by one only.
Mhm.
No one was allowed to um, be near to other candidate.
Social
So
distancing was
social
maintained.
distancing was quite maintained there.
Mm-hmm. All right, all right. So basically, there was a lot of difference from the last time that you probably took the test and how it's usually done, right? So, basically, according to me, a lot of precautions were taken from right from the beginning, where the security guard was sitting or was basically scanning you guys till the time you reached your desk. And let me tell you guys, he took the computer delivered test. So there were only 10 students, am I right? 10 students in
Yeah.
one hall.
Yes.
So proper social distancing was also maintained and everything was properly sanitized and hygiene was maintained. So last question that I want to put across is, do you think it's safe for the other students and candidates to register for the test as soon as the dates are available and go for it? Or, yeah, what's your experience about this?
Uh, I think it would be great if you have already registered for the test. Then you should certainly go for the test
Mhm.
and take it as soon as the date is available, because um, all the precautions are being taken at the test center, and there is no such chaos. In my previous test there were around 500 candidates there. It
Okay.
was at Radisson Hotel in at Piragadi in Delhi.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
this time I took CDT, and I was expecting the same candidates, same number of
Mhm.
candidates there, but there were only 10. And
Mhm.
as soon as I was free from my test, then the second slot uh, began. So the candidates for the second slot started coming in after all the candidates from the first slot were already free.
All right, all right. So there was proper organization of everything and there was no chaos. So the takeaway from what we had, the conversation that we had with Bhuvnesh is that it's completely safe and you should not be worrying about taking the test or going to the hall and, hesitating whether you might get infected or having any sort of confusion regarding the safety precautions that are taken by the IELTS while conducting the test. So don't worry about that. Basically, it's safe, and right from the security guard, he's wearing the shield, the gloves, and the mask, and you are also asked to stand at a distance from the other candidate to maintain social distancing. Along with that, nothing that is not required inside the test center is being asked to taken by you inside the venue so that proper sanitation is maintained, and only your passport, which is the necessity because we need to prove our identity, that's the only thing that's taken inside the venue. Apart from that, all the belongings are kept in the locker room. And once you're inside, also, they're sending each candidate at one point of time, and the next candidate has to wait till the first candidate has settled down in his or her seat. So, this basically showcases that they're managing all the things pretty well, right from the hygiene till the social distancing part. So I guess it's safe to take the test, and definitely you should maintain your own precautions and your own guidelines should be followed. Like you wear your own masks and try to avoid touching unnecessary surfaces while you're taking the test, and do not touch your nasal area. That is obviously something that you should be taking care of. So I guess we have covered mostly everything, and yet again again, I'm going to make it clear to everyone that this was not paper-based test. This was computer-delivered test. So if you're comfortable with the computer-delivered test, then I guess it's high time that you start preparing and register for the test and go and take it and live your dream abroad. So that's it from my side. Any concluding words, Bhuvnesh?
So I would
I guess
say
I've summed it up pretty well.
yes, of course.
Okay.
So I would say all the best to all the candidates. Do well and stay
All
safe.
right. Thank you so much, Bhuvnesh, and we are looking forward for your results. So let's hope for the best. And thank you so much for sparing time and coming for this interview and telling others that IELTS has started again and they should fasten the seat belts and start preparing. So thank you so much for your time once again, Bhuvnesh.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye. Bye.